lots of Enji Kodos revealed or confirmed in this episode, and a lot of people are, of course, theorizing whose Enji Kodo was. But yeah, if you need confirmation, well, here's the episode for you. So, Danganronpa 3, Mirai-hen, episode 8. The episode itself, well, I should save that for later, but the episode opened up with a little bit of a flashback for Kizakura. Okay, let's see. Death Flag, and yeah, it's about time for him to die. Oh well. Kizakura has a brief flash. The prologue for the episode has Kizakura flashing back to fighting in front of a Host Peak Academy during the wars, and he was fighting alongside some nameless PE teacher, and she died during the conflict, and yeah, he felt bad and all that. Then we go right back to the present time, and we find a character who must have like the strongest freaking plot armor in this entire series, Hagakure, who somehow survived all of these episodes being shot up by this helicopter, and not once did he get hit. There's good characters dying left and right in this show, and Hagakure survives being shot at by a chain gun for several episodes. I call hacks! Anyway, he's rescued by Byakuya, and yeah, so whatever, who cares? Anyways, inside the building, Komaru finishes up her talk with Makoto, and yeah, they disconnect from the Miaya bot, and then as they head into the hallway, they meet up with good old Munakata. Yay. He calls them incarnates of despair, and yet he's the one who's cosplaying as freaking King Kaneki. Yeah. Good to see you too, Munakata. Good to see you too. I could have gone I went 2 nice whole weeks without you. Anyway, while it looks like he's got them cornered, the Miaya bot suddenly comes back and enters its self-defense mode. And after Munakata does the smart thing and tries to attack the robot that's going haywire, he ends up setting off its berserker mode. Okay, Miaya may not be an actual character, but she's a hell of a lot more likable than Munakata at this point. Cheering for her. Anyway, afterwards we the rest of the episode is spent focusing on Kyoko's group of her, Kizakura, Ryota, and Ruruka. It's made very clear that Ruruka is trying to somehow stop them from leaving, but shown why exactly later. And as they're trying to figure out a way out, our good old pal Sakakura comes in to, of course, just be a general dick cheese. Anyway, and during this, Kizakura is able to hold him back, and even reveals his Enji Kodo, which of course is he can't punch. Which yeah, considering that he keeps on. So yeah, to be fair though, Kizakura also reveals his Enji Kodo, which is opening up his left hand. So basically, he just has to keep for all of these episodes. He's just keeping his hand like this. And if they actually did keep that up, then that would actually be an interesting little subtle touch. But yeah, of course, no one would actually really notice that, and so that's an interesting Enji Kodo. If not, that's an insanely difficult Enji Kodo. I mean, so you have to keep your hand tense like this for like several hours on end. You're just like, you just have on. I hope that Kizakura is right-handed for one thing, because now he just has to do everything while he has just his left hand. Anyone else notice that the Enji Kodos can be kind of BS? Anyway, during this, he manages to set off a trap that gets, he manages to lure Sakakura into a trap that gets him nicely speared against the wall. Wow, Kizakura, you did something great, and now you're going to die. Ah, dear me. Anyway, and sure enough, as soon as he does this, Ruka sets off by the way, the traps themselves were set up by Izayoi before he passed away. And Ruka set off another one of her ex-boyfriend's traps by blowing up the ground underneath Kyoko. And in order to rescue her, of course, Kizakura has to open up his left hand to pull out his arm to her. And throws her back up, falls down the pit of no return, poison and everything. So, yep, another kind of likable character is dead. And now we're stuck with 3 of the biggest assholes in the entire Danganronpa franchise. My god, I love the Mirai-hen so much! Anywho, as it turns out, in his final moments, Kizakura reminisces and pretty much reveals that he's been like Kyoko's godfather, even taking the picture that Jin keeps on his desk. And yeah, so after all this, we find Kyoko reveals the exit that Izayoi found a few episodes back, and as it turns out, and she also figures out what Ruruka's Enji Kodo is, which turns out to be letting anyone leave the game. So yeah, that would mean, and of course, since Izayoi found the exit and was probably considering leaving, she, of course, had to kill her own boyfriend. My god, Ruruka gets like... Have I mentioned that these characters just get so much more likable in every episode? Yeah, Ruruka figured out what Izayoi's Enji Kodo is. I think some people figured it was going to be eat candy, but as it turns out, according to Kyoko at least, it's eating anything. So yeah, she just shoved some candy into his mouth, and yep, her boyfriend's dead, and she doesn't give a crap. She even shares some of her candy with Sakakura, which ends up somehow giving him enough strength to pull off the spear and get him off the wall. So I'm guessing she still had some of did she have some of Seiko's drugs in that thing? Is Danganronpa 3 just meant to be a big drug PSA at this point? I'm just wondering, because I would certainly not take drugs after all of this, because it seems like drugs were taken in during the production of this. Anyways, after finding the exit, Sakakura figures that they could just leave the stupid game, which of course everyone's cheering for him just to leave, and let Ruruka die at this point, because we really don't care about either character at this point. So as long as they're removed from this game, that would be great. So while Sakakura is trying to open up the door and Ruruka is trying to stop him, Kyoko and Ryota run off in the other direction. And yeah, of course, Kyoko tries to act all cool in the fact that her godfather just died, but of course it's shown very, very clearly that she's torn up about it. So, kind of good character moment for Kyoko, of course. And of course, good episode overall for Kyoko, which means that she's probably going to be the one who's going to die pretty soon. So, yeah, Danganronpa 3 just has that thing. The Mirai-hen just has that kind of thing when it comes to good characters, doesn't it? Anyway, after the credits, Byakuya's team get into the building, and some faceless idiot ends up setting off a bomb. And of course, they're not dead. This show just really likes cliffhangers at this point. Anywho, pretty good episode. Again, I'm just kind of bothered by the fact that we keep on losing these good characters, and now we're down to like the final few, and now we're just stuck with a sociopathic asshole, a violent asshole, a bitch, and yeah, we're stuck. And of course, the good returning characters, Ryota's kind of good, but yeah, the remaining characters were just stuck with some of the most unlikable characters in the Danganronpa franchise. Happy days. Anywho, I'm in the middle of some other videos as well right now, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. They're non-Danganronpa related, so yeah, so just keep that in mind, or maybe you're just getting tired of me belonging about this stuff. But anyway, that's all I have to say for today. I'll be back Thursday again for the Sensible Hen, and until then, farewell for now, my friends.